I'm a little nervous tonight. I want things to be right. Nice hat. Pulled down over your face. It's a very important night. Be busy. Do something. Come on, dummy. Come on. Now, it's time. Live and in living color. The greatest world's heavyweight champion in the history of this great sport. And it's my pleasure to introduce...
It's Sunday night, and the week's been rough. Maybe you didn't catch up on all your wrestling stuff. Welcome to a show you can trust, with Nathan Has Skill Pumps and Giandra LaBeouf. Illuminerdi Wrestling Order, keeping up with everything wrestling, every week, kinda sorta. If you missed it, we got you, we might have missed it too. So let's talk through the stuff we did get to. Down under like a didgeridoo, but aim at the top spot. Power Rangers show, we looking at you. It's all the same Illuminerdi crew, but our show is COVID sick. Y'all, seasonal flu. We've been through a producer or two. Now Shay's riding with us and he's stuck like glue. We all R-rated. With curse words, weed, liquor, and brew. But we ask Joe for forgiveness, not permission. I thought that you knew. Hey, is this gonna get me in trouble, man?
Hello! And welcome to the Illuminerdi Wrestling Order post Forbidden Door show. My name is Nathan Askill. This is Pumps 61, or just Pumps for short. Shout out to Verbally Challenged, who is already in the chat. I like that we already have 5 people in the chat. We are poaching some Realm of Collectors Rock and Wrestling Facebook page members. And I want to give a big shout out to the Realm of Collectors. This Monday is their 7th anniversary.
7-star ROC.
Yeah, 7-star ROC. So shout out to them. It's really, really great group of guys. I've known them since their inception through Dust Mites. And if you are a toy collector or a pop culture fan or a nerd or wrestling fan or whatever, they're a really good follow and group of guys. Group of people. Sorry.
Oh.
There are some females in there. Anyway, Forbidden Door, Pumps.
Yes, sir.
What'd you think?
I don't have any video on my YouTube.
You don't?
No. But, everything else of mine's messing up, so whatever.
I do. I have video on mine.
Okay, good. Yeah, thought it was good. Thought it was real good. I think Nate didn't enjoy it.
You know what? I enjoyed it. And I got my money's worth again. I knew I was going to. But I did not. I thought the first half of the pay-per-view wasn't great. And this is why I love pro wrestling, because I know you thought the first half of the show was great. I know in the aforementioned Rock and Wrestling Facebook page, they thought the first half of the show was great. Good. And another reason why I love pro wrestling, because it's subjective and we're going to talk about it. So let's just start it off. Also, we're gonna have Hurricane BX Jose from Verbally Challenged on the show one of these days. He hit me up. Solid dude, solid wrestling fan. We're gonna have him on. Anyway, Pumps, let's get the card going, bud. You have it in front of you?
Did you watch the pre-show or no?
I did not watch the pre-show, so you can break down some of the pre-show. I watched the Acclaimed.
The Acclaimed and them.
Yeah, the Acclaimed and them's rap. That was cool. So if you want to run down the pre-show, we can run down the pre-show.
Yeah, QT Marshall and Aaron Solo with Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi, I think. It's fine. QT and Aaron Solo got beat up. New Japan went over. Then we had Nick Comoroto and Lance Archer. Archer beat him up. He's got to look strong going into the G1. It's fine. I believe there was one other pre-show match, but I was ready for the show at this point. So then we had the main card.
All right, let's start it off.
Jericho and them.
Jericho and his man's in them.
Jericho and them against Eddie and them.
Boy, how hot was this crowd for Eddie?
I tell you what,
he might be. I hate to cut you off.
No.
He might be reaching Mick Foley. Fans want to see him win the belt level. Is that too much of a hot take? I don't think he has the body of work that Foley had.
I mean, I don't disagree with you, so that's kind of a yes.
Right.
Like, I had never thought of it in those terms, but that's why you tune in Sunday nights.
I mean, bro, when Foley won it on that Monday Night Raw, it was, I mean, you know, it's infamous in wrestling history.
It put butts in the seats.
It put butts in seats, exactly. But goddamn, the Eddie chance, like and he couldn't look any worse.
That's true. That is true.
That's my thing. Like Eddie comes to the ring in a shirt and he's ready to go, and then he takes his shirt off and can't talk while he's in the ring, and then it's kind of like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that Eddie isn't a good wrestler, because he is. He knows his style. He knows what he likes to do in the ring. He's 1,000,000% a professional grade, top tier mind for professional wrestling.
Yes.
It's just his body doesn't follow him.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. His mannerisms take me out of his match, because you always see him pulling up and trying to cover himself up. And it's
right.
Like, dude, don't drop the straps if you know that's what you're going to do. Like,
well, you got to drop the straps when the fucking old man comes in the ring and wants to stand in the middle of the ring and chest slap you for a minute and a half.
I mean, true.
I did not like this match, Bumps.
I really enjoyed it.
Yep. A lot of people did. I am definitely in the minority when it comes to people's feelings about this opener. I thought Jericho looked terrible. I thought
this wasn't going to be a technical masterclass.
I did not. It's not that. It's just whatever he did just didn't look good.
Yeah.
And there was so many guys in the ring that the camera they would go, you know, from the ring. You know, Sammy Guevara's then doing a wild move on the outside. They just didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't know where to go, and I feel like it just felt like a fucking meatloaf, dog. Like it felt they were or not. No, okay, not a meatloaf. What's like a food that you just throw a bunch of shit in? A jambalaya, a crock pot. I don't know. They just felt like it would just and the AEW referees should all be taken out and shot behind the head.
I don't think they're that bad.
They're awful.
No.
They don't even try.
I mean, Rick Knox is the worst.
And he's like their Dave Hebner or Earl Hebner. He's like the guy that does the main matches.
No, that's Aubrey.
She wasn't in any of the two main matches.
No, but New Japan's not
Aubrey is terrible.
Then why do the big time players want her for their match?
Because she's a woman.
Sure. Okay.
Because that looks good on television, son.
I think Uncle Pocket should have a job. I don't know why he doesn't.
Why didn't any of the New Japan refs get any burn here tonight?
They probably... I mean, New Japan's got a show tomorrow, so I don't think they'd make the trip.
I mean, I don't know, dude. I would have liked to have seen Red Shoes out there for a few matches, then Jello Brain come in for 30 seconds later. We'll get to him.
Yeah, I don't
know. What did you like about this match?
It was better than it had any right to be.
Okay.
Like, it
so
just
real,
it was entertaining. It didn't drag. It was stiff. You know, there was good exchanges. I didn't really have any complaints. I wrote halfway through it. This is good. Don't fuck up the finish. They didn't fuck up the finish. I'm not going to complain about it.
Were the exchanges better than your computer and your microphone right now?
Probably, but I can't hear it.
I'm just teasing, man. Listen, we had a whole episode where I sounded like a robot, so it is what it is. You don't sound like a robot. It just crackles. It snap, crackles, and pops. Who got the win? I don't even remember.
Would assume Jericho, but I don't remember either.
That's how good it was. That's how good it was.
I mean, there wasn't any stakes. It didn't matter.
I know. I don't know. It felt like it was. Was this the match? Oh no, this is not the. Was this the match that had a dude that was like sick?
No,
that's later. That's later,
that was
right?
Sting.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, Jericho. And I can't do Suzuki, dude.
Why not?
I can't. I can't do it. He's not believable. I don't care if you haven't followed New Japan at all, because he's like their oldest kind of dude on the roster, right?
One of them, yeah.
Right. Like he's part
of the old guard, yeah.
Yeah. He's got that aura about him, I guess.
It was like him and Liger and yeah.
Right. I mean, bruh, if you were on a roster with Jushin Thunder Liger, you might be back.
Sting.
But Sting's jumping off shit.
Fine.
Shout out to, how old is Suzuki?
It's got to be Sting's age. He's got to be 50, 60, something.
That old boy is 60 years old. He looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I did think that was really funny when everybody was doing the stupid suicida out of the ring. Whoa! Whatever you just did, unplug. Stop. Unplug. Unplug. Plug back. Is everybody still with us? Are we under attack from? Are we under attack from aliens? Bumps, can you talk?
Plug my mic.
Did you plug it back in?
If you can't hear me, I think I did.
Okay, cool. All right.
There's no video on YouTube again. Okay, we're back.
And then he was acting like he was gonna do it, and then he stopped. That was a funny old man gimmick. I like that. Yeah, it's not for me. The standing in the middle, like, there was too many fucking hit me's on the show.
That's what they do, though.
I know. It's just, I don't know. JR called it out too, which we'll get to later, which I loved. All right, what's the second match we got?
Roppongi, FTR, and United Empire. Great Okan and Jeff Cobb.
Yes, it was. This was a very good match.
I wonder why you liked it.
Because FTR is the greatest of all tag teams. Shout out to Dax. That motherfucker is awesome. I say it every week. I could tell he was for real hurt immediately when they did that spot with the like backdrop, and then he comes off the ropes and does an elbow. It seems like he threw his shoulder out, right? Took his shoulder out of socket. And then went to the back. I don't think that was a work. And if it was, they got me.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't see a reason to do that. He doesn't need to Paul Pierce it. He doesn't need to, you know what I mean? Like it's, all right, there it is again. Okay, it just stopped. They must have went back there and put it back in place, I'm assuming. I've had a friend who's had a separated shoulder before, a dislocated shoulder, and that shit would just come out randomly, and he'd be like fucking like this, and have to fucking throw it back in, which is wild.
Yeah.
And I think he knew that they were going to win it and had to come out, right?
Oh, you would assume, yeah.
I think if they were going to lose, he wouldn't have come back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And shout out to him, dude. Like that's pretty cool. Roppongi Vice is terrible.
Oh, stop it.
Great O'Khan is worthless.
Oh, geez.
Jeff Cobb is a monster. I love Jeff Cobb. Great O'Khan is good until he has to wrestle. Tell me why I'm wrong.
He's a believable big man.
He's big?
Yeah. He's the same size as Jeff Cobb.
But Jeff Cobb is not big.
Well, big in New Japan.
Oh. So we're grading on a scale.
I mean, when your competition is, 5'6", yeah.
That's true. Is Okada as famous as he is because he's 6'5"?
No, because he's 6'3".
Okay.
No, he's as
we
famous
gonna
as
fight
he is because he's the best in the world.
Yeah, the match was good. It wasn't great. I didn't think it wasn't what was that match where it was the Revival and AOP and who were the Angle guys?
Oh, yeah, Gable and
fuck, what was his name? He's out. He broke his neck, right?
Yeah.
Chad Gable, and he was Angle's son. Jesus Christ. How long ago has that been?
10 years, probably.
Right?
No.
It wasn't that. I don't necessarily like triple threat tag team matches.
They can be a bit of a cluster.
They're kind of like you can tag somebody in on accident. Kind of, I don't know. It's kind of silly.
Yeah, it's tough, but they did a good job. I think this was a lot better than you give it credit for, and that's okay.
No, okay. How much was the first match?
You gave it $3.
That's what it was worth. What was this one?
You gave this $8 because you dick ride.
I gave this $8 because I am a FTR homer. I feel like they deserve it. I think it's hilarious that AEW gives them every championship tag belt but their own.
Well, like the Bucks ain't going for that.
No, I know, but it's just funny. It's like they pitch them like they're the greatest tag team of all time, but they don't give them their own belts.
Because the Bucks ain't having it.
Is FTR going to Japan?
Oh, they have to now.
They have to, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think this was a way to... And the fans are behind them, man.
Absolutely.
The fucking crowd loves these dudes. As they should. And I think that AEW or Tony Khan knows that they can't keep them away from the AEW tag straps much longer. So they send them to Japan.
Well, they got to go to Mexico to defend the AAA belts.
That's what I'm saying. You send them away because you've got to keep FTR happy. You got to get the dinosaur team over.
Well, Jungle Boy's out. He's injured.
Why is he injured?
He separated his shoulder or something.
Is it his heart from Christian Cage's absolute scorched earth, your dead daddy fucking promo?
Probably.
Which was, we're not going to get into Dynamite and shit because we're doing the pay-per-view, but god damn it, Christian Cage. Fucking. There it is again. Whatever you're touching over there is making it stop.
I'm unplugging the mic. I'm unplugging the mic.
Oh, all right. Fucking
I don't know what else to do.
Fucking Christian Cage. Um, um, yeah. So hats off to Christian Cage. He's doing some. That was for a guy that just like trailed them for the last month or so. Like this is a very good. Like that keeps me interested. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I would like up until this point. I want to see what they do with it, but it sucks because. So now Jungle Boy's hurt. How is he? Why? What is his heart?
No, it's his shoulder.
Oh. I don't know why it's doing it, bro. I'm just gonna tell you so that we don't have to. Yeah. So I don't know. Does Christian Cage and Luchasaurus now have a feud?
I mean,
they have to, right?
Yeah.
Right. I'm telling you right now, Pumps. If your shoulder was hurt and somebody said that stuff about you, I would defend your honor, my friend. Okay. Shay, I don't know. You maybe not so much. Okay, FTR wins the IWGP Tag Team Championships of the World. They have now 6 or 3 straps. And I think it's interesting. I think I'm interested to see what they say about Dax's shoulder. Hopefully he's okay and it's not that bad and he can go and fucking wreck some shit over in Japan because I love to see those guys win.
Yeah, you actually have to watch New Japan now.
I will. If they come over there, I'm going to watch it. Actually, no. What was that match you wanted me to watch and I fucking botched it? It was Switchblade and...
Oh, yeah, it was Jay White and Okada.
Yeah. Yeah, I botched that one.
I know.
All right, next.
Miro, Pac, Malachi Black, and Clark Connors.
The All-Atlantic Championship. Now, I'm not going to lie. I didn't watch Rampage, and maybe I didn't pay attention enough on Dynamite. But I didn't know this was a 4-way. I thought they were going to do King of the Ring style. One match, and winners have a match. Because this show is now, after I saw that this was a 4-way, I was like, all right, well, what was it, like 3 singles matches on the whole fucking show? The girls, Osprey,
and the main,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I didn't expect Pac to win. Pac.
No, I thought it was going to be Miro or Malachi.
Yeah, so did I. Who's the buff Jungle Boy?
Clark Connors.
Yes, Clark Connors, right?
Yeah.
He can work.
Yeah, he's got potential. He's new to the business, but I mean, he had no
business being in this match. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. It's
the only reason
who can we get that's not going to get in the way?
The only reason he was in this match is because he's in New Japan.
The LA side.
But that's what I mean. Like they had to put somebody in there. Like
right.
The only match that didn't have a New Japan participant was the girl match, right?
Yes.
Right. He's not big enough. It looked like when he was getting his shit in, it was cool, kind of.
Yeah.
But like, it looked like the other guys were giving him too much. If that makes sense.
They fed quite a bit for him.
Now, on the same, like, I don't know why, but when I see Chad Gable in the because him and Chad Gable seem like they're probably the same size. Right? I mean,
probably, yeah.
Like buff Connors guy is buffer, but Chad Gable and him are the same size. I don't know. It maybe it's because Chad Gable attacks the map. I don't know why, but Chad Gable doesn't come off like that to me when he's in the WWE, who have much bigger guys that he faces.
Yeah, I mean, his experience is not even comparable to these guys. I mean, he's 2 or 3 years in, and these guys are 10, 12, 15, you know. So it's not like he's primed for a run. It's just he was there. He was available. So
can you try holding your USB port in your computer? Does that work any? I don't know why it's so crackly, because I really, really want you to be.
I mean, can I leave and come back? Would that work?
I don't try it.
All right.
Sorry, guys. I know Pumps has highly educated comments on this show, and I want to make sure that all right, now that Pumps is gone. Yeah, I think little short jungle boy guy, he's buff, but I don't know where that kid gets to go. Clark Connors, I guess, who we're discussing. I guess he is a student at the LA Dojo for New Japan, and the kid can work. I just don't know. He's just not big enough for me. I'm sure he's going to crush it on the indie scene, but personally for me, he doesn't come off as well. Yeah, we know Pumps is staticky. Thank you very much, Jose. We got lots of people coming in. Now we got 7-8 people. We're working on it. We're working on Pumps. We're getting them back. So now this is just me. So you're gonna have to fucking deal with it. I'm gonna try to. Hey guys, I have a new song coming out on on Monday. Pumps, are you back, sir? Not really. It doesn't matter. Let's just do it. Ready? Talk.
Yeah. I don't know what else to do, brother. Nothing? No?
Yeah, it's a little better. All right. What's the next match we had tonight?
The Bucks and El Phantasmo versus
Oh boy,
Sting, Darby Allin, and the Dragon, Shingo Takagi.
All right. Sting,
Let's get into it.
Was I the only one that thought Sting was going to come down from the rafters?
No, because I thought the same thing.
I was like, they are going to drop this motherfucker. And I was scared. I was low-key scared.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Pumps bad. I don't know why it's like that tonight. Can you just use the mic on your computer? It's really weird. You're usually so professional. It's also really hilarious that this is like your jam and it's like your show, your company is, and now your mic doesn't work very well. Mama Pumps is shaking her head somewhere.
That's great. I love it.
I love it. Okay, so what kind of shoes were the Bucks wearing tonight?
Some dunks.
They were in just their dunks, right? Oh, bruh. This is super on brand for our show, by the way. Hello?
Is that any better? No?
Yes. A million % better.
Well, I unplugged the microphone, so here we go.
All right. This is perfect. Now we're
Good.
back. So bad.
Fantastic.
All
Great.
right.
Love it.
So-
Not at
so-
all pissed off.
Yeah, I know. So Sting's music hits. You're going to be more pissed off when I talk about this match. So Sting's music
Oh,
hits.
I know. You're going to shit on a great wrestler. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I'm not going to shit on him. So Sting music hits, and a 60-year-old man does a jump, and that is worth money to me. How do you feel? What was that face?
Nothing. Nothing.
Okay. So Sting comes and does the jump off of the entranceway onto 5 wrestlers. Now this is the match that Haku's son couldn't wrestle in because somebody had a cough.
No, they took him out because Hiromu has a fever and is in COVID protocols and couldn't leave Japan.
Who's Hiromu?
Hiromu, the time bomb kid that was going to be in the match.
And that's why Haku's son couldn't wrestle in it.
Correct. They didn't want to make it a handicap.
Gotcha. This match was okay.
This was great. You're crazy.
The guy, it was, each team had an ex-WCW guy.
Oh,
One
geez.
team one team had Masato Tanaka 2.0 and the other team had Jerry Lynn.
First of all, Shingo Takagi is a former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. He's put on phenomenal matches with Okada, Jay White, and Will Ospreay. His match with Ospreay was one of my matches of the year for 2021. So, okay. And Phantasmo is great. Yes, he does. The back rake is his gimmick. That's what he does. The nipple twist, all right, whatever. But it was fine.
Was it fine when Matt Jackson was doing a fucking goddamn ballet show before his back rake?
Yes. Because they're heels. They're bad guys.
Listen, I don't want this to come off the wrong way.
Uh-oh.
Because I know that AEW and New Japan are the more serious wrestling promotion. And then, everybody shits on the WWE for being for kids, which it is, which I've admitted on the show outright, whatever. But then this back rake shit and the nipple twists start to happen, and it's just like, go fuck yourselves. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
an offensive maneuver, sir.
That is not an offensive maneuver.
How is a back rake not offensive?
It was hilarious when Hulk Hogan did it in WCW in the mid-90s.
Oh, sha!
My lady happened to watch that, and she was like, why is he scratching his back?
Because he's a heel.
Because he's itchy.
He's a bad guy. Bad guys do bad things.
That guy, what's his name, man? Why does a white guy have a Lucha Libre name?
Because he's El Phantasmo, baby.
But why is that?
I don't know. I don't know him like that. Why is Clark Connors the Wild Rhino? I don't know.
Dog. Stop it. It's a white guy with a Mexican name.
Yeah, and there's an Asian guy named Desperado. What do you want from me? There's a Japanese faction called Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Was he in that?
No, he's in Bullet Club.
Well, for a second there, that would make more sense if he was in Los Ingobernables and with this guy, right? This dude?
Yes.
All right,
Tetsuya
what's
Naito.
that guy's name, man? Evil?
No, that's Tetsuya Naito. Evil's in Bullet Club too.
Who's this guy?
Again, for the third time, Tetsuya Naito.
I like him. Where was he?
Japan.
Perfect. This El Phantasmo is a mix between Jerry Lynn and who is the other long-haired white boy that was in Lucha Underground that jumps around?
The guy that's in AEW?
What's his name?
The Hybrid 2. He's part of the Hybrid 2. I can't think of it. He was in that trios match with the bearded guy and Evilise.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Jack?
Something? Yep, you're right. It's where we're getting there. It's Jack
Evans.
Jack Evans. We got there.
Yeah,
this guy, El Phantasmo. El Phantasmo is Jack Evans Lynn.
El Phantasmo is a foot taller than both of those guys.
It means nothing.
And I'll say to you the same thing I said to you earlier when you texted me.
I highly doubt that Jack Evans is 4 feet tall.
Infuriating farce of a take. Jerry Lynn had one summer of good matches with Rob Van Dam. El Phantasmo has phenomenal runs every year.
Angelico, that's it. Shout out to fucking Hurricane BX. That was him in Lucha Underground. Angelico.
Well, they're two different guys.
Okay. Yeah, I know. So is Elias and Ezekiel. And that other guy is Masato Tanaka, bro. That's not a diss. I don't understand why you think that's a diss.
It's insulting. Masato Tanaka was a
G, homie.
He was a one-trick pony.
Masato Tanaka's matches with Tajiri and Mike Awesome in ECW were fucking dope.
Yes, they were. They were not on the level of the matches Takagi has. Period.
Were any of those matches in the United States?
Well, if it was called New America Pro Wrestling, then you'd have a case. No.
What state were they wrestled in? Because I want to know if there was abortions were legal or not.
Wow. I don't know. Wow. All right. Next, we had the women's match. Speaking of abortions.
Speaking of abortions, the next match.
Shingo Takagi's a national treasure. And
this is why we have to be on late at night, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I'm not making fun of that shit. That shit is awful. And
yeah,
I mean, Pumps his take on.
I beat you to it, bitch.
We got there. All right. So who won this one?
Takagi and Sting and Darby Allin.
Right. This was the match that made me say, I feel like this is just a Dynamite. And I think the first half of this show played like that for me because these are the kind of matches you have on your shows leading up. Like you have tag matches where the guys only touch for a certain time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you've got, Shawn Michaels wrestling, Stone Cold, you mix them in tags so that they aren't really fighting. You can give up some pins and shit like that. It's because so many matches were multiple teams and people. It didn't feel like, I don't know. That's just me, maybe. How much should I give this match, Pumps?
$6 because you're a hater.
$6. That's good. That means it's one of the better matches so far.
Yeah, so far, but I mean, they can't compare with the amazingness that is FTR. So,
dog, part of that money was because Dax wrestled with a goddamn separated shoulder.
And the other part is because you're a dick rider.
The other part is because I would absolutely tongue kiss FTR.
Specifically Dax's mustache.
That's because Dax Hardwood. All right. Thunder Rosa.
Yes.
Thunder Rosa and Toni Storm, right?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
I think it was better than Thunder Rosa's matches have been.
Totally agree.
She's been kind of on a shit streak of matches.
She needed this one. If this one didn't, and for me, if this one, she did kind of sandbag a little bit. Like it felt like Toni Storm was really trying to like lift her weight a lot of times.
Yeah.
But I felt that this was Thunder Rosa's make or break. We're either taking the belt off you or you show up and show out here.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was the spot that they were going to take it off of her, but I'm shocked that they didn't. Hopefully she keeps, she keeps this momentum. I'll say it again. I said it last week. I'll say it again. This was a perfect opportunity to have someone from Stardom in this match. You could have done the tag thing like Nate had just said, where they don't really have to fight.
Here's the thing, bro. I know what you mean, but the fans in that crowd know a handful of New Japan wrestlers, right? Like they know the main.
Shibata's music before I did. I'm not going to go with a handful.
Can I finish?
You can.
A handful. I'm talking 10. Okay. Stardom. They don't even wrestle in New Japan.
This is true.
You legit have to seek them out.
Also true.
Right? Not to say that the talent in Stardom isn't good, but the fact that it isn't promoted like New Japan is. We haven't even heard the word Stardom on any AEW programming over the last 2 months when they were promoting this, right?
Correct.
The crowd wouldn't know. They would be dead. They had to put someone with a name like Toni Storm, who was in the WWE, correct?
Yes.
They had to put someone with a name with their female champion. And you could take, who's the number one female in Stardom?
I'm not 100% sure.
And if you're not 100% sure, that fucking crowd sure as hell isn't 100% sure.
Right, but if they would have taken 8 weeks to promote it,
wouldn't have mattered. They can't cut promos, dog. They can't talk.
They don't have to cut promos. They could just say.
They do have to talk. You can't put. They have to talk.
It could just be an exhibition. Phantasmo didn't come out and talk. Shingo Takagi didn't come out and talk, but they still were there and had a good match.
Yeah, but those people weren't in the championship match.
I'm saying you don't make it you don't make a 4-way, you make it a tag and just have an exhibition.
But they got to put the Thunder Rosa's the women champ, bro. They got to have a women championship match on this card.
She wasn't on the last show. Or she wasn't on Dynamite, rather.
Yeah, but she's on every pay-per-view.
Yeah, but they never talk about her any other time.
When you can tell me who the number one female in Stardom is, I will agree with you.
Okay.
And it's going to be Sasha Banks.
She's not going to Stardom.
Tasha Ranks.
She's not going to Stardom.
I know. I thought Thunder Rosa's face makeup was super dope.
Yeah, the purple was
whoever did that. Great. Fucking hats off to you. I thought it looked fantastic. It was way better than anything Darby Allin's ever done. And I thought that Thunder Rosa worked her ass off, and Toni Storm was a good dancing partner for her.
Yes,
and she needed it. So Thunder Rosa retains.
Absolutely.
What again, do we
have next? She's been having a bunch of shit matches, and I think hopefully this gives her more to do. I don't know.
Yeah.
The next was this was a $7 match for some reason, still better than the Bucks match, because again, you're a hater. Then you gave $1.
You're a hater.
Then you gave $1 to the worst moment of the night. Jim fucking I Ruin Everything Ross wandering his way out there to the booth to step all over everyone who actually knows what the fuck they're talking about and pays attention to the product. So that got $1.
Let's just say business picked up. When old JR finally came to the booth. Now, did I not ask you early on in the show where Jim and Tony were?
That was the first thing you asked me. Yes.
Yes. It was Cal. Was that Kevin Kelly?
Yes.
And now
the American voice of New Japan. One of the American voices.
I was gonna say, is he the?
Yes.
He's the. Sorry, I'm trying to get us some views here on Instagram. He is who does the voiceovers, or is he legit in Japan doing shit live?
Most of the time, he's in Japan.
Good for him.
He obviously wasn't during the pandemic. He had a home office set up, which was kind of bad because I think our home office's setup was better than his was. But you know, what can you do?
Not earlier tonight, it wasn't.
Setup and equipment are two different things, my friend.
God damn it, Pumps! I love you.
Love you too.
I know. Well, you're gonna love me a lot more at the end of this show when I talk to you about something. All right.
Oh boy. So yes, next we had Ospreay and Orange Cassidy after
which, you know what?
Sorry.
I didn't think Orange Cassidy was going to do that well.
I didn't either.
Now, I know that really talented wrestlers like Will Ospreay, Shawn Michaels,
get fucked,
Ric Flair, Bret Hart, those kind of Rushmore professional wrestlers can make a guy look better than he is, right? But I think that guys like you and I and other, smart marks wrestling fans can spot that from a mile away. And
I don't know, after some of your takes on Phantasmo and Takagi.
Dog, you can't have me make a judgment on Takagi in a fucking 6-man with a 60-year-old guy in it.
I've been preaching the gospel of this man for a year, and you refuse to watch his matches.
Takagi came in and fucking did 8 things. Like, don't be like, oh my bruh, wait till you see this fucking amazing wrestler. Like, he did 8 things, and he looked like...
How many moves did John Cena have?
He looked like... Masahito Tanaka. What was his name, man? That's my man with the scars on his chest, right?
Yes. Masato Tanaka, yes.
Yeah, Masahito, yeah. Anyway. I lost what we were talking about. We also lost Cassidy 3 watchers. Oh, yes. Will Ospreay is fucking good, bro.
Weird. I've been saying that for 3 fucking years.
He's really good. Mm-hmm. Now,
he played all the hits. We got a cheeky Nando's out of him. We haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, and I'm torn with the Orange Cassidy comedy shit. I can't decide if I like it or I think it's dumb. And here's the 2 things. I've watched pro wrestling for 20 fucking plus years. And I get it because I've watched it. So it's like the back rake or the eye poke or the 10 punches in the corner, right? Like, those things are obviously fake as fuck, but wrestling fans appreciate them and kind of laugh, and like it's like a tip of the hat, like to old 80s wrestling, right? But then like I see Orange Cassidy and Ospreay wrestling, and I want to show my chick like, these motherfuckers are good. They wrestle. These guys are doing, this is impressive. And then old boy is doing like the fucking fake kicks to the face and the hands in the pockets. And it makes me go, nah, fuck. Like, if you don't know wrestling, this is stupid. And it's ruining a good thing.
Yeah.
Am I wrong for?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been over Orange Cassidy since the Jericho Mimosa Madness match.
Yeah, but how are you over Orange Cassidy and not over fucking Jerry Lynn 2.0's back rakes? Like, how can you compliment that and then not be about Orange Cassidy's shit?
It's totally because Phantasmo's not doing that. That's not his gimmick. His gimmick isn't fake kicks and hands in the pockets and half-assed thumbs up. That's not his gimmick.
He did a nipple fucking twist, bruh. A nipple twist and an
offensive maneuver.
Right. Anyway, let's say, but yes, it like I want to give Orange Cassidy his flowers. I really do, because I get it, and that he was impressive. That last 8 minutes or so was really fucking good, and that wasn't just Will Ospreay carrying him. It wasn't. Ospreay is amazing, and he made it look better than he made it look better than it would if that was somebody else.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't know, because Will Ospreay is so serious and such he's like a Benoit kind of fucking guy, if that makes any sense.
It does.
And then him taking fake kicks to the face, and then him just looking at him like, dog, just get up. You know what I mean? I can't decide if I like that or not. I don't know. I mean, that's part of the reason. I don't mean to keep talking, but I really enjoyed that match, and that was my only problem. Was that for people that don't usually watch wrestling, that looks dumb as fuck, and it takes away from all the awesome shit they did.
Yep, I agree. I think again, the Mimosa Madness was peak Orange Cassidy. I think he should have sort of moved into a more not serious, but you can only do the same thing for so many years before it gets stale.
Right.
So.
Yeah, but listen, you and I both shit all over this matchup when we saw it.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, up until this point, it was the best match on the card. Up until this point, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and maybe that's because it was a singles match, and every other match on the card felt like a fucking Dynamite hodgepodge. Right?
For the Dynamite Diamond Ring, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And this is and this is the reason I fucking love pro wrestling, because there is something for everybody. Always. Right? Like, there's gonna be, like, if you watch a pro wrestling show from top to bottom, you don't have to love it. But there are gonna be things that you're like, that was cool. I'm into that. Not so much into that, but I'm into that. And you don't get that in television shows or professional sports. You either like a show or you don't. You don't watch a television show and be like, I like the middle of that episode, and then keep watching it. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of continuing the seasons or whatever. Like now you just hate watching. You're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna spend hours of my life, and I hope that I like something. You know what I'm saying? Right? Yeah. And professional sports, you like a team or you don't like a team. That's it. That's just the way it goes. Nobody watches professional sports without a favorite team. Doesn't happen.
Gamblers.
Gamblers. I'll give you that. Yes, Kenny Rogers.
That's right.
But yeah, and that's what I love that about professional wrestling, man. I don't know. All right. Next match.
Sorry, I was reading somebody's name in the chat. It was
Legendary Field U-Turbo Family Cousins Rangers. Is that who you're talking about?
That would be the one.
That is an impressive fucking YouTube name and a lot to type.
Yep. Next was Zack Sabre Jr. and the Surprise.
Cesaro.
Claudio.
Yes. This was
also after the Ospreay matches when Shibata came out, and people knew
that's right, Jello Brain.
People knew his music after one note, so I don't want to hear that this crowd,
It's not that. Now, also speaking of the crowd, did I read right online that like tickets for this show at last minute were like $10?
I mean, I saw that. I don't know. It didn't.
Right.
If they were, then the right people bought them.
Right.
Because that building sounded good, and I had a friend that was there, and he enjoyed it. So.
Yeah. And they say they had 16K, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay. From the guy that defends WWE numbers. I don't want to fucking hear it.
No, see, buddy. Motherfucker, you.
You.
I don't defend WWE. I just play devil's advocate. Huh?
Apologize for him? What?
Yeah.
What other synonyms do you want to use?
Sure. Listen, bro. Me and the WWE are like your first love, bro. Like you can move on, but they're still there in the back of your mind. Anyway, we're not talking about that. So,
Shibata.
Oh shit, PR sense. This is my man's in them from fucking Instagram. Shout out to you, son. Thank you for popping in. It's so funny. It's really funny. By the way, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. It's really, really cool. Like Pumps and I can do this without anybody in the chat, and we're gonna do it, in case you can't come here on time or whatever. We can and have, exactly. But like when people pop up and like we see how many people are watching and shit, like that's like super dope to us and super important to us, and we think it's fun. And I know that we come on late. I mean, fuck Pumps. What time is it for you right now, dude? Like midnight. 1 a.m.? Yeah, exactly. And like
I gotta be at work in 6 hours.
Exactly. And anybody on the East Coast and that ends up tuning in with us live, man, we really tip the hat to you guys and salute you for real. It's super cool. And anybody on the West Coast that tunes in and watches us live, it makes it fun. It really does. Not that it's not fun anyway, but it makes it fun. For a job that we do for free, yet the beginning of our show has fucking advertisements that we're not getting any part of. All right. Next.
Well, we did Cesaro.
Oh yeah, shit, Cesaro. Good for him, man. I thought this was awesome. I love that. Now, if I'm wrong, he hasn't wrestled any indie shows in the last couple months, right? Because his 90-day came up in February. Gone. No, he got released in February, March, April, May. So this is the first time the old boy has wrestled, and he looked fantastic.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious when the crowd was chanting "swing, swing, swing" like the first 8 minutes in, and he told them to fucking calm down. He told them to fucking just wait for it.
Yeah.
Which was awesome, dude. It was awesome. His music.
That's the 1812 overture, isn't it?
Straight basuda. Trash.
It's the 1812 overture.
Well, yeah, whatever it is. I know, yeah. It's awful. I didn't like Daniel Bryan's music because I know what they were doing. They were trying to do a spin on the Flight of the Valkyries or whatever the fuck he comes out to.
Yeah.
But it ends up working. This song is awful.
It's synonymous with America, sir.
I guess. You know what else?
Patriot.
You know what else is synonymous with America? Pepperoni nipples.
School shootings.
Yeah, school shootings, abortion, and pepperoni nipples. Hey man, if you can't laugh at life, don't live it. Anyway,
yeah. I had an issue with this match.
Okay, tell me about it.
Zack Sabre Jr. is better than this. I was promised a technical display, and I did not get that.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You got one-sided technical display.
I have seen Zack Sabre Jr. go 25 minutes and not leave his knees on the mat rather. Just tying people up in knots.
Yeah, bro, but you like that? What's that dumb shit Ring of Honor does?
The pure title.
Yeah, that shit's dumb.
Okay. This from the man that said, I love pro wrestling because it has something for everyone, but it's dumb.
You know what? You're right.
You're not allowed to
damn
like it.
Touche. I thought it was great, and I will tell you why.
It was a great showcase for Cesaro.
Nah, man, it was good for both, and I'll tell you why. Because Zack Sabre Jr. gets to be, I'm technical guy, right? And I wanted to wrestle Daniel Bryan, other technical guy. Well, I got Cesaro, so I don't really know what to do with him. But I'm going to use my technical shit, and he is going to try to bully me because he's bigger, whatever, right? And they were working the arm and working the arm and working the arm and working the arm, which nobody fucking does anymore. They do it, but they don't sell it. And when Cesaro finally went for the swing, he got like 2 or 3 rotations and dropped him and fucking hit his arm. And my lady who was watching, who doesn't know wrestling, she doesn't know what's real and what's fake. I mean, she does, but she doesn't. And she literally looked at me and went, oh, is his arm really hurt? Right? Because he sold the fact that he had gotten his arm fucked up for the last 9 minutes. And he did it the whole rest of the match. And that's just, styles make fights. It was too different. Like, I loved it. I loved it. I would rather have seen this than him and Daniel Bryan wrap each other in fucking pretzels for 25 minutes.
I can't disagree anymore.
Okay, so tell me why. Tell me why.
No, I'm just saying, I'm happy Cesaro's in AEW, and I'm excited to see him in Blood and Guts. I think he's going to fit in well with the Blackpool Combat Club and all that.
I mean, he already had merch. He's already got merch.
Yeah, I mean, it's pro wrestling tees. You could have merch.
No, I mean his zippered jacket had like the shit on it. That's what I mean. Like, oh, I'm sorry, ring gear. I said merch. I meant ring gear.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for him. I think he's going to do well. But I feel like this wasn't even scratching the surface of what Zack Sabre Jr. can do. And hopefully when him and Bryan get together, we will see that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
I think you'll fast forward it and complain that it was boring. So,
I mean, if it's any like that bullshit ass Ring of Honor shit where they just hug each other for 45 minutes, that's if it's that, I'm not in.
That's what I was hoping for. Yes. Technical wrestling, what I was promised. I like a good technical throwdown.
Bruh, Cesaro was you can't say Cesaro's not technical.
No, he is, but
you know
I'm saying
like
he's not on the level of Danielson.
No, but you're acting like Zack Sabre Jr. fought Kamala, dog.
No, I have seen what Zack Sabre Jr. can do when in a situation like this. When he's not with the dangerous techers that Nate has no idea who it is, even though we talked about him 10 times.
The dangerous techers are the Ocean's 15 team that get you into a bank vault.
Yeah, exactly.
Next!
Exactly. Next was the 4-way. Okada, Adam Cole, Cowboy Shit, Hangman Adam Page, and the Switchblade Jay White with Gato.
Now, that's the old boy who was outside the ring for Jay White was the booker for them, yeah?
Correct.
How does that work out on TV in Japan? I don't have
He's always
Japan
there.
TV.
He's
but is he Vince McMahon?
He's not Vince McMahon, but I mean...
No. I'm sorry. Is he Mr. McMahon? Like he backs a heel champ? Does he back heel or face people? Is what I'm asking, I guess.
He backs heels, but he's also not. He doesn't play the boss. Like,
but everybody
that's
knows he's the
not-
boss.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So it's the opposite of the WWE, where nobody knew Vince was the boss, and then they found out he was the boss, and then he played the boss.
I don't. Yes,
Bro, in the 80s and early 90s, I didn't know Vince McMahon owned the WWE.
Yeah,
Who the fuck knew that?
Well, if you followed the steroid trial, you did.
It was like 13.
I mean, I wasn't reading Meltzer's dirt sheets, but I mean, it was on the news in the Northeast where I'm from.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you know what? I guess you're right. I guess I didn't get any of that. I didn't get any of that.
LA was on fire in the early 90s, you know, riots and such. So you guys probably had other stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we had other things going on. Another 4-way or 3-way or multiple people match.
Yeet.
And you could tell from Jump Street that Okada is not comfortable in these type of matches. Am I wrong?
He's not in them often.
That's what I'm saying. So like it felt like I didn't see enough of Okada. Like they gave him their moments. It felt like a video game, bro.
Well, they gave him their moments, but they fucked up his entrance.
Okay. Oh, yes. By the way, I told my girlfriend that, or my fiance, should I say? Sorry. I said how you have such a hard on for Okada, and that's like your guy. And he came out, and I was like, "Hey, this is like the only way to like say it to somebody who doesn't follow professional wrestling. This is New Japan's John Cena, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Essentially, in terms of the way they market him and in you know his position, like he's Hulk Hogan or John Cena, whatever you want it, because he's been there for what, a decade, if not more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And he came out in that like regular ass kimono. Is that why you're bummed?
It's not regular. It has his accomplishments listed on the robe.
On this one he came out to tonight?
Yes.
So what was the problem? He didn't get fireworks?
No, when he does this,
Uh-huh.
you start on a tight camera shot.
Oh, you're talking about production.
Yes.
Bro, I thought legit that you meant like he didn't like they didn't give him any pomp and circumstance.
Oh, no, they didn't give him his pomp and circumstance.
Yeah.
He always has money that rains down from the sky because he's the rainmaker. So they didn't have any money. Of course, the Bucks got their shit in, but Okada can't get his shit in. But no, when he does the thing and takes off the robe and does that, you start tight, and then you immediately pull back as far back as the camera can pan. They did it mid-match, but they fucked it up at the entrance.
That's hysterical. Because I had told my girl, when you text me, they fucked up his entrance. And I showed her my phone, and I go, look, this is how much Pumps likes this guy. He's never in the United States on television, and he's complaining about his entrance. Which is such a wrestling thing, which is another reason why I love professional wrestling. Because I talk about guys' outfits every week.
I'm gonna ignore Okada DiBiase in the chat. I'm gonna ignore that.
Shout out to the 8 people watching right now, man. We're having a good time tonight. We really, really are. This felt like a video game to me. It felt like 2 guys would get in the ring, the other guys would roll out. Like, I don't know if you remember, like, I don't know the last time you bought a WWE 2K game was, well, like a couple years ago, one of like the main things that they were like, yo, when we have multiple people matches, your character will roll out of the ring like automatically so that it feels more like a real wrestling match, or like how it is you see it on television. And so like, you know what I'm saying? And that was cool. I thought that was cool. Like it was a cool like feature. And that's what this felt like to me. You know what I mean? And
I think
like
everybody was just trying not to get hurt,
right.
especially Jay White and Okada. I think that was the main. Get your shit in, don't get hurt. You know, he had one dive over the stanchion,
Right.
and that was about it. So,
and you could tell where they were going by the way they got paired off.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I wish I kind of got more Okada and Cowboy shit, but I didn't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Paige had a good bit.
Yeah, there's just too much stuff happening.
It was a lot.
You know what I mean?
It was a lot.
Also, Okada's ring gear is kind of mid. Like for being the guy, like
I'm not in love with this iteration. He usually has more flashier stuff.
Yeah. For being like the guy, like, you know, like if you're gonna go like, you know, Hogan, red and yellow, Sting, the crow paint, like Cena, as dumb as it is, the jean shorts and t-shirt look. You know what I'm saying? Like Austin, black trunk, like this, like for who Okada is to New Japan, I feel like his ring gear is kind of suspect.
This is not his best iteration of gear. The black and gold is what it is. Right. My favorite is the white with the multicolored with the hints of pink in it when he had the big flashy robes, but I understand this.
Yeah. I think he should keep the flair
like
shit.
2016, 2017 Okada was peak ring.
That's when I watched New Japan, bro. That's when New Japan was like legit.
Oh, stop it.
Hey, I got to take a quick piss. Can you just riff for a second while I do that so we can get into this last match?
I mean, I can try.
We have 9 people watching, the most all night, so don't fuck.
And you're gonna leave. Fantastic. Well, so yeah. Fuck Nate. Phantasmo's amazing. Shingo Takagi's great. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The back rake is a great offensive maneuver. Just because he doesn't like it doesn't mean it's not good. Let's see, what else? FTR's trash. They're not trash, but I'll tell him they're trash. I'm interested to see them wrestle. Let's see. Ooh, Gorillas of Destiny. I think that'd be a really good matchup. Gorillas of Destiny and FTR. I think they'd be okay against Evil and Kenta. Darkness Club. That'd be pretty good. Let's see. What else? Yeah, well, Bullet Club's back on top now, man. You should definitely check it out. They have a shit ton of people, and they're adding new members every day. The Good Brothers are back in New Japan. They've left Impact. I don't know if officially they've left, but they're in New Japan. Let's see who else. Juice Robinson, Chris Bay from Impact is in there. Evil. I mean, there's Bullet Club. There's 50 people. It's like 1999 NWO. Bullet Club is taking over the world. They have like 3/4 of the G1 is dedicated to Bullet Club. It's ridiculous. So,
you know what's crazy?
What's that?
Like you take a piss, right? Like you go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, Ace Austin's in Bullet Club too. That's right. He had a great showing in the G1 or the Best of Super Juniors. Go ahead. I was interacting with chat.
I'm with it. That's why I paused. And like, you know all the shit inside your body that's happening to make you use the restroom that you don't think about.
Kidneys.
It's just all kinds of just
filtering away.
Yeah, but then they go through that to this to that to that. The human body really is a machine.
Then you got to use your hands to grab your Peter.
You don't have to.
Well, I mean, not if you're you and just hang it over the bowl.
Fair enough. All right. So this 4-way, did anybody really think that somebody not from New Japan was going to win this match?
No.
Just like, did anybody really think that Moxley was going to lose to Tanahashi?
I did.
You really did?
I did.
You thought Tanahashi was going to do a month or two here?
I did.
All right, fair enough. We'll get to that when we get to it. So Switchblade wins in a very weird finish.
Yeah, the end was weird.
Why was
Very
that?
strange. I don't know if Adam Cole got dinged or something and just couldn't get up. Maybe he had like a
because that ref was all in.
Yeah.
Because they do say, now I don't know this. I'm not a professional wrestler. I don't, whatever. But am I wrong? I don't know if I read this in somebody's autobiography or a podcast I listened to or whatever, but that they tell the refs, you count like it's going to be 3.
Yeah.
And it's up to the wrestlers to kick.
I think that's the old school way. I think we've gotten away from that.
Because the refs now know the finish?
Well, because they have the
right.
what's that? IFB?
I mean, listen, AEW shouldn't have fucking refs at all.
You are just on
They're awful, dude. The AEW refs are awful, son.
They're not great, but
they're not even good. Like, if it was ECW, like, and I don't remember ever hearing this when I being on the West Coast, I didn't get ECW really until like 97, 98.
So
when
TNN?
Was the first? Yes, like when they got a television show, like
the Nashville Network.
But I bought the magazines and shit before that, right? So I would go on eBay in the early stages of eBay, and I would buy best of tapes, right?
Yep.
And it was just like ECW was so wild, that it was just kind of, you didn't give a fuck what the ref did other than count 3. You know what I mean? Because there was it was chairs and tables and like I have gone back and watched any sort of early or mid 90s ECW in a really, really long time. But like, are they calling rope breaks and shit?
For certain matches, yeah.
Like when someone's in the corner, are they doing like a 5 count? Like,
no, I don't believe
they're not,
so.
right?
No, I mean, like if it was like a Shane Douglas title match, like when it was Shane and Taz and they were tearing it up, then yeah, there'd probably be a rope break but I mean, there was no 10 count.
Right. Like it was just kind of understood that like the ref is only there to count to 3.
Yeah.
Whereas in AEW, they low key try to pitch like the refs are trying to maintain order.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was in the tag match or it was one of the multiple people matches where somebody was, I think it was the All Atlantic Championship match where Miro had old boy in the recliner, right?
Yeah.
And so the ref is like this, and he's like, calling, looking at the dude. But then he keeps looking outside of the ring to see what the other participants are doing. But they're outside the ring, bruh. That makes no difference. You're looking, so when he's pulling away, the dude could be tapping. And I know I'm getting way too into the weeds for this, and I shouldn't even be looking into it this deep, but this is what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I saw it once, and then he did it like 3 times where he was like here, and then he's like over here. And why? Nothing is more important than what's happening right here.
I mean, that's poor training.
I agree. So, but my boy JR calls it out every chance he can, which is another reason why I love him.
Fucking useless, stepping all over people, doesn't know even who's in the match. Never mind what. No, this guy looks like a real hoss here, Taz.
I love him.
No.
The main event, Pumps, what was it?
The main event was Jonathan Hood versus the Ace.
Tanahashi.
See.
And this is for C. Who are you, El Phantasmo? This
No,
was for
Tetsuya Naito.
the IWGP, the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. No, I'm sorry. This is for the AEW. The last one was, we didn't even talk about the finish. Jay White wins in a weird finish.
Cole, and as the chat pointed out, Cole lost
we get off topic, and then it's sorry.
Cole
That's
lost
my fault.
without taking a finisher.
That's my fault.
Yeah, I agree. JR is miserable working in AEW, and he hates it, and it shows in his work.
That shit is blasphemy.
It's not blasphemy.
Listen,
he was great in his day. His day has come and gone.
That shit is like saying Saint Francis of Assisi doesn't like animals. Google that shit, listeners. Anyway, so Jay White's gonna take the IWGP Championship back to Japan to wrestle Okada, and it looks like Adam Cole and Hangman are in for another feud, correct?
Well, the Japanese guys are going to the G1, the tournament they have every year to crown the next in line for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. So that's what they're doing. But I don't know why you would do this like Bullet Club breakup for the guys that aren't even still in, but I don't know.
But the Bullet Club has become the MWO, and you're not ready to admit it.
No, I said that. I said that when you were taking a piss.
Oh yeah, it's. There's been too many. Like New Japan is like, yo, we're gonna have either an American guy or anybody but a Japanese guy is going to be in. What's Devitt? Irish, right?
Yeah.
And what's Jay White? British?
He's from New Zealand.
New Zealand, right? New Zealand. Anybody but
what's that Hobbit? Is that
anybody but a Japanese? By the way, shout out to my boy Sam Hell from Australia, who buys my t-shirts and music. And like, real talk, he did one of the most gangster things I've ever seen. He has a son, and he had his middle name be Danger.
Wow.
So that he can legit say, my middle name is Danger. That's fucking awesome.
That's pretty great.
Yes. So anyway, New Japan says, hey, anybody but a Japanese guy can be the head of the Bullet Club, and then we're just gonna swap them in and out with all the other non-Japanese guys, right?
Well,
it's just it's gotten soft.
What? Kenta tried to lead it for a while. There were splinter factions. When the Bucks and Kenny and
just
them
like
left,
the NWO, the red and black, the white and black. It's the NWO, bro. And
they
have better wrestlers. That's the problem. Is that the splinter faction has Brian Adams and Virgil and Buff Bagwell in the 90s.
Yeah.
But these splinter factions have the Guerrillas of Destiny and Kenta and right. That's the difference, is that the wrestlers are better, but the idea is kind of the same.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to argue with that.
All right, cool. Main event.
I mean, Kenta tried to lead it, but it got weird. So
it got weird because he was Japanese.
Yeah,
trying to lead
trying to lead the faction that was originally founded by not Japanese people.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're the outsiders, basically.
Don't you dare make fun of the NWOB team. So says your man in the chat.
All right, main event time.
Yes, sir. Tanahashi and Moxley. Why did Moxley bleed?
They had to.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That match got more interesting for me when he bled. And my girl and my fiance, who was watching it as well, she was on her phone. She watched, she'll pop in and out, whatever. 4 hours of wrestling is a long time. I'm lucky that she even puts up with any of the shit that I do.
Does she lives with going to SummerSlam?
Oh yeah, she lives with Peter Pan, for fuck's sake. As does Boogie. Actually, I did tell her. I said, hey, the week leading up to SummerSlam, I'm gonna make you watch Monday Night Raw and SmackDown so that
Don't do it. Don't watch Raw.
No, hold on. I go so that you know, so that you at least know what's going on with the matches. She'll watch like the promo packages and whatnot, so that you can at least have somebody you like or don't like. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, in this match, it was good. You know, I was popping in and out. I was cooking some food or whatever. And as soon as Moxley started to bleed, she was all in. Not because she wanted to see blood like a UFC fan, but she like was more interested in what was going to happen because he was more visibly fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with, I think, some strong style stuff is that unless you're super selling your leg or your arm or your chest is like all of these super dope moves in small pockets don't look like anybody's hurt. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, that goes back to them not taking time to sell and
right.
move after move after move.
Yeah. Right. So I didn't see the cut when it happened because it was really funny because I was in the kitchen and I was doing so. I was listening to it, right? I was popping and I was like, oh, this match is going to go 40 minutes, whatever. and my girl legit from the living room was like, babe, come in here. He's cut his head. He's hurt. Like she was like letting me know that like some shit had gone down, which made me more interested in it. And I look at the things too from a person who doesn't watch wrestling, can be a little bit more invested, even though they know that it's pretend or scripted, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
When that kind of shit happens. So to answer your in a long form answer your question, I thought him bleeding was a great move.
I mean, I can't argue with that logic. You're right.
But why? But what did you not like about it? I'm.
No, it just. I mean, it seems like he's a one-trick pony when it comes to that. Like, I've seen him have good matches, like when he was in Japan for the U.S. title. He had some good matches, but I don't know.
I agree. I'm not a Mox guy.
No, I'm not either.
I'm not. And you calling him a one-trick pony, I want to agree with that. Because Mox doesn't make me feel anything.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like, I'm not really into his entrance. I get it. Like, you're going to do the wild thing. Like, I know people like, but even when he was in the WWE, like Dean Ambrose didn't, like when he was the champ, dude,
nobody was into this.
It wasn't, I was just like, he's not like, it's really weird because he's on that level where you're like, well, yeah, we can put the belt on that guy. That guy can be champ because he's a good enough worker. He's definitely a good promo. I like his promos in AEW a lot more than I liked in WWE.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he feels like a filler. Like he doesn't feel like
transitional champion.
The guy. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not gonna lie, it's almost like Jericho. I know Jericho's your boy.
Nah.
But I don't like Jericho as the champ. I was like, okay, cool. I'm not mad at it. The guy can wrestle, guy can cut a promo, whatever. Or The Miz, whatever. Like, they're guys that can be in that role, but they're not the guys, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If he's not Daniel Bryan, he's not CM Punk, he's not Kenny Omega, he's Hangman Page.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
but look at all the grounds or all the falderall that they had to take his eye to get everyone behind him to get that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's how deep into the weeds they had to get. So, I don't know.
He needs those kind of, because that's the kind of style. So it's like, oh, you took my eye. Now I get to fucking just beat you up, because that's what he does. He's in shape Eddie Kingston.
Yep.
Dean Ambrose or John Moxley. And I feel bad, because I'd like to see Eddie Kingston get that role, get that shot. And if he was in shape, he's John Moxley.
Yep.
Without question. You know what I mean?
All that being said, I think it would have been more beneficial to keep Ace in the country and give him the belt, because it's the interim belt. You still get the Punk match down the road. Now we get Moxley Punk. Meh. Don't care. So, I don't
right,
know.
and that's and right, and so Moxley, and so now, is Mox is in Blood and Guts?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought
Blackpool Combat Club. Yes.
Because that was I love that the end of this show was the end of a Nitro in 1998. Like, am I wrong?
No.
When the pin happened, I legit got up, I text Shay, and I said, all right, show's over. I'm going to go get ready. And I went to the kitchen. I got a cup. I got my drink ready. And I just kept hearing shit. Oh my God, such and such is in the ring. Such and such is in the ring. And I was like, what's happening? Why is there 9 guys in the ring at this point? It was very un-AEW. Right?
It was. Well, it's very un-AEW pay-per-view. It's very Dynamite and Rampage. It's very un-main event of a pay-per-view.
Yeah, that right. But the whole show felt like that to me. Outside of a few matches. It felt there was nothing different they did tonight that they didn't do promoting the show leading up on Dynamite and Rampage. They had New Japan guys wrestling AEW guys in tag matches and standoff. It didn't feel any different.
It did to me, because you had all the New Japan guys there at once.
Fair enough.
You had your mid-tier Bullet Club guys, and then you had Okada in the same building for one show.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
It did for me.
Right.
But I'm also a New Japan nerd, so.
Exactly. That's right. And that's why I love pro wrestling. Hey, does Shibata, does he wrestle?
He had a comeback at Wrestle Kingdom this last year. I believe.
Is he New Japan's Bret Hart?
No, he's New Japan's Fit Finlay? Because Fit Finlay was the trainer at the thing, wasn't he?
I meant Bret Hart in the sense that he can't wrestle. Because if he gets hit in the head, he's fucking done.
I know what you meant.
Right?
No, because he had an exhibition. It was him and I believe it was Zack Sabre. They had a match. A technical match that you would have hated. And it was good.
No, it's not that. It's not. Dog. All right. I like technical wrestling. But I like technical wrestling. I like technical professional wrestling. I like Mr. Perfect and Bret Hart at the King of the Ring. I like, Nakamura and AJ Styles. I don't want to see guys in octopus holds for 15 minutes, bro. If I liked that, I'd watch NCAA.
NCAA wrestling's good.
What? That's why you like Tickle.
That's why I like what? Tickle.
Technical wrestling. All right, so we got Blood and Guts on Wednesday, right?
Yes.
And and that is going to be Team Jericho
Yes.
versus the Blackpool Combat Club.
The Jazz Boys.
Right? Which is the Blackpool Combat Club, which is now Daniel Bryan, Wheeler Yuta, John Moxley, and Claudio Castagnolo. Correct? That's
Brian's not in the match, but yeah.
That's a pretty badass group. The Blackpool Combat Club is slowly like the freshest shooter ass faction in AEW.
Yeah, I can't think of too many other people that could hang with them.
I think here's my problem with the Jericho Appreciation Society. I think it's funny. And I like to also laugh at professional wrestling. But nobody in the group is getting shine like the other dudes got in the inner circle. Right? So Jericho has the inner circle, and it's Sammy and Ortiz and Santana and Hager, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Hager's a joke regardless, but not a joke. Listen, he beat me up. Whatever. But
he's a technical wrestler.
It made Santana and Ortiz and Sammy stars. Right?
Yeah.
The old boys in the Jericho fucking Love Fest Society, they don't ever get to wrestle alone. Like, when was the last time? I don't even know what their name is. Who's the coked up Macho Man guy? Whatever their name is now, like 2.0.
Magic Matt and Daddy Dangle or
whatever.
Something.
When was the last time those guys had a tag match?
They're on YouTube quite a bit. They do dark.
Okay, for real. When was the last time they had a tag match?
On television?
Yes.
I don't know.
The thing that counts.
I don't know.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So what is this? I get that it's supposed to. I get Jericho's like, yo, I am going to move as the figurehead to these different young guys factions, and I'm going to get people over. That's his gimmick now. Right?
Oh God. Yes.
But in this second iteration, none of the guys are getting any burn.
Well, yeah, but they're not doing anything. Like the Inner Circle was on TV every week, wrestling and doing stuff. The roster was half to a quarter of the size when they were a thing. Like there was, 25
but if you're gonna put Jericho in a stable where that the goal is to get the other guys in the stable over in some form or fashion, but then you never let them wrestle on television, what the fuck are you doing?
I mean, how much of that is Tony Khan?
Everything's Tony Khan, but that's what I mean. Like, that's why I don't understand Jericho's deal right now, because it just looks like in all these matches he's in, like what was that horrible match they were in the last pay-per-view? The arena aggression.
Anarchy in the Arena, yeah.
Anarchy in the Arena, like it was dumb. And the only thing I remember, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Anarchy in the Arena?
That I was asleep. And that every year we disagree on how much I enjoy Stadium Stampede and how much you hated it. And this is the one year that I was asleep for it because I couldn't watch it live and I had to watch the replay. And it was on at like 5 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't watch it.
The one thing that you remember from Anarchy in the Arena is Eddie Kingston walking down the ramp with bloody with a fucking gas can.
Yeah.
Like we were going to watch an absolute attempted murder on television. That does nothing for 2.0. And Who's the guy I don't like his boots and socks? Danny Garcia.
Oh yeah.
It just does nothing for these guys. So now coming up, we have Blood and Guts, which again is none of them individual. It's Chris Jericho and his gang, which is fine. I get it, but nobody else in the gang gets any burn.
But if they put 2.0 in first, they're going to have the most time in the match.
And nobody will remember it. Because they haven't been tags on television ever.
How did we get here from the Tanahashi match? Oh, because Moxley's in the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah. Anyway, so we got the Blackpool Combat Club and the Jericho Appreciation Society. This week, Blood and Guts should be good.
Do you think it'll be the whole second hour of Dynamite?
It better be.
Yeah, I think it will as well.
I mean, you can't have that match be 25 minutes with 2 commercials.
Well, no, I'm not saying that, but
that's what I mean. Like, it has to be. There's going to be fallout from this. Also, how many times did they name drop CM Punk in the Moxley Tanahashi match?
Quite a few.
At least 6 to 10 times. You know what sucks about the chat is that it's
Barry Horowitz.
Yeah. Or no, that's Iron Mike Sharp, son.
Semantics.
Who did the backslap first? Iron Mike Sharp or Barry Horowitz? That's a great trivia question.
I don't know. I didn't grow up on World Championship Wrestling, so I couldn't tell you.
You mean World Wrestling Federation? You did grow up on World Championship Wrestling.
What?
Iron Mike Sharp was in the WWF.
Oh. Well, there you go.
And you did grow up on WCW. That's why you're such a homer for them in the 90s.
No, I grew up on WWF.
Well, who didn't?
And then in the 90s, when I got satellite and was able to see WCW, I left. When I was a child, I put my child things away. Which is not true.
Obviously. Yeah, you put all your child things away.
I put all my toys away.
Says the Allspark behind you.
Yeah. Matrix of Leadership, don't fucking start. No. Michael Bay killed that franchise, and I will hear nothing less.
Oh, I agree with you. But those are for shows that the Illuminerdi won't let us on.
Bong.
I do hate
But you can watch the ROC.
Yeah, right? Pumps, do you have any more news and notes for us in the world of professional wrestling? Because we are getting on close to 2 hours here tonight, which is a very long show for us. Yes. But we appreciate, we have had
almost
7
1 a.m. Central, baby.
We have had 7 to 10 people in the chat the entire show, and I really salute you guys. We wouldn't even be going this long if it wasn't for you. We really appreciate it. Yeah, we hope you come back and watch every week and tell your friends. Pumps, is there other than Joey Ryan is a Jungle Cruise? Did you see that?
I did see that.
That's my dream job.
Being a accused sex offender?
No, I've already accomplished that.
Oh, gotcha. The Jungle Cruise thing.
I kid. No, a Jungle Cruise
boat captain. Or adventure guide or whatever.
That is like low key. I think that's what it is for me.
That's what I was put on this earth to do.
I think that's what I was put on this earth to do. Is Jungle Cruise boat captain. Jungle Cruise is my favorite Disneyland ride, and people laugh at me when I say that. But it is.
I can see that because you're doing like the banter and the
Yeah, look out! You've got the fucking, it's a drop. It's just funny, and I like the corniness of the animatronics, or not the corniness, but the old schoolness of the animatronics.
The janky.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of Disneyland is the older stuff. So as they phase things out, in terms of technology wise. It's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. But that's what Joey Ryan does now.
Yeah, because he can't fucking wrestle anymore.
No.
Good.
No. Shout out to your shirt, your Okada face shirt. I saw that. What is that one on the bottom right row where it's just red? What's that one?
It's a titty twister from where my nipple was red. No.
Why is that one red?
I don't know.
I'm so sorry for asking a question about your gear.
You leave my gear out of this.
Any other news and notes, sir?
Everybody's hurt. Stop getting
Everybody's hurt.
Stop getting hurt. If you can think of a wrestler, they're probably hurt.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Pub61 on Instagram. Nate, how about you?
Well, I have two things to say, to announce.
Uh-oh.
I have one thing to announce. I have one thing to announce, and I have one thing to ask. And I'm going to ask you in public. I have a new song coming out tomorrow called Slither. Me and Dust Mites. By the Dip is what it's called. And it's our new single off of our new album that should be coming out in the next month or so. So yeah, so we got new music. I can't sell a fucking shirt to save my fucking life, but I'll still keep putting out music. If you want to buy a t-shirt, hit me up.
$22. DMs, baby.
$22. And Pumps, I have a question for you, sir. In front of Shay, the whole Illuminerdi wrestling universe, will you be the person that marries me and my fiance at my wedding next year?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I want you to be, I don't want to call it a pastor or a priest. I don't know what to call it. What's it called? It's master of ceremonies.
I mean, I am a certified wedding guy, but that's only in America.
I know you are. That's the only place it has to be.
Oh, then absolutely.
Yeah. So now the pressure is on that you have to go to my wedding now.
I mean, of course I was gonna go. Now I just have to be like functional for it. That's the problem.
Yep. And as my future wife says, if he's gonna do this, he better wear a fun suit. Because she has seen the Pac-Man suit and she is expecting absolute chef's kiss from you, sir.
Absolutely. I would be honored. Yeah, that's okay. Incredible. Yeah, so, yeah, of course.
So, Pumps.
How is my mother still awake? It's 2 a.m. Go to bed. I love you, but Jesus.
Officiant. She's right. See? Pumps.
She's always right. That's not the debate.
That's true. I am super glad.
Go to sleep, woman.
I am super glad that you have agreed to be the officiant of my wedding.
I'm playing it cool, but on the inside, I'm all aflutter.
And there is I heart you, buddy.
Oh.
Okay.
I gotcha.
All right.
We'll give it a tentative yes, and then after Rose meets me, hopefully she's still okay with it.
I have it doesn't matter. I got final. Listen, there's only so many things I have final say on, and this is one of them.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah. June 10th, 2023.
We have a date.
Yes, we do have a date. June 10th.
Well,
so you and I will talk off air about these things, but yes. I am very glad that you have agreed to be my officiant.
Of course. What was that? I don't know. Hey.
Well, that's why I asked you on here, because I didn't want you to say no.
I wouldn't say no. Absolutely not.
Yeah, but it's a destination wedding, so it's one of those things like, oh, now this motherfucker's making me go to Costa Rica.
Oh, darn. Damn it.
Yeah,
forcing me to go to an island, a tropical paradise.
It's not an island.
It.
It's not an island. Huh? It's in Central America. I thought it was an island too. I'm not gonna lie.
Super chat.
Look at that. See? God damn it. Shay, is there any show on the Illuminerdi channel as lit as this one?
Appreciate you, sir.
Yes, thank you for the super chat.
Oh,
Appreciate
we'll
you.
absolutely do a live stream of the wedding.
Oh, you know what? I was thinking about that. Yeah. I was thinking
And a
about
review.
And a review. We're gonna do a wedding.
The food was mid.
Hey, who's the guy? Who's the guy that the channel that doesn't pay us anything hired to be the voiceover of all their shows?
Asher Friedberg.
Asher Friedberg is gonna be the fucking voiceover for the wedding video.
Oh, it's gonna be a 2-man booth. It's gonna be Asher and Piggy Stardust. Absolutely. A 2-man booth. Ah, god damn it. Hey, all week.
Follow the Illuminerdi.
Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, guys. Thank you to everybody that hung out
thank
tonight.
you. Hey, for sure, man. This is really, really
you.
cool. Yeah, follow me on all the things. Nathan has skill on all the stuff. We're gonna have a new song, By the Dip, tomorrow. It'll be on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Music. I will post links. Appreciate all the love. Pumps, where can we find you, son? Besides Costa Rica on June 10th, being the officiant of my wedding.
Find me at O'Hare International Airport trying to blow Okada before he goes home. Pump61 on Instagram. Sorry, it's almost 1 in the morning.
That's true. I appreciate it.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Pump61 on Instagram. If the Illuminerdi ever lets me on any of their Twitch stuff, I'll be doing that. Don't hold your breath because it ain't gonna ever happen. Nate, how about you, buddy?
I already said it. So we're good.
Apple Music, Spotify.
Apple Music, Spotify, Cold Slither, Nathan has skill. Shout out to Shay.
Shirt.
Yeah, buy a shirt. Shout out to Shay, Illuma Shady.
Yeah.
He is the unsung hero of this show.
Black Milk's biggest fan.
Yeah, we Pink? BTS is taking a break, so he's really concerned with our show now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's here with us every week, man, and we couldn't do without him, and we really, really appreciate it. And I don't want him to go unsung. He's a talented guy when he wants to be. Shout out to the rest of the channel. Hey, be nice to each other. Peace.
Women's rights are human rights.
At least I have chicken.